Hi guys, welcome back. So today we've got this M140i in for a Wavetrac differential upgrade and some M4 lower control arms. Before we get into it, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, also a notification bell, then you won't miss when any of our new videos go live. So installing the Wavetrac differential and the M4 lower control arms. Obviously these cars from the factory come with an open differential which limits sort of like the drivability, traction and grip from this car, especially an issue obviously when the weather's cold, sort of like low grip conditions, when it's wet and when you increase the horsepower as well. And then the Wavetrac differential will basically solve all of those problems. And then the M4 lower control arms just adds a little bit more camber or a little bit more negative camber on the front axle to unlock a bit more grip as well. So we're going to get this car in the workshop in a second and talk you through the parts, so we'll see you in a minute. Okay, so we've got the M140i and the ramps behind us, and we're preparing it to have the Wavetrac differential upgrade and the M4 control arms as well. So here we've got a axle for an M140i that's already got the Wavetrac differential inside it. The reason why we have these in stock is to reduce the downtime of these vehicles. So something that might have taken a couple of days before now takes only a couple of hours. So the reason why we do this is because the factory open differential, the ring gear is welded to it, and what that means is to upgrade it to a aftermarket differential like the Wavetrac, we need to separate the ring gear from the differential and also thread it so then it can be reused on the Wavetrac. So this obviously used to be quite a long process, but we keep these in stock now, so it reduces the downtime of the vehicle considerably, something that can be done in about half a day. So the reason why you might want to upgrade to a Wavetrac differential, the factory open differential just limits performance massively. The reason why it does that is because once there's wheel slip, it sends all power to the wheel with the least amount of grip, so the freely spinning wheel. And a band-aid solution that manufacturers have used on these cars for a number of years now is to pulse the brakes, to slow down that freely spinning wheel so then you can regain some forward momentum, which is obviously not a very enjoyable way to drive and not a particularly fast way to drive. So that's why we upgrade to a performance differential. What the Wavetrac does is it seamlessly biases power to the wheel with the most amount of grip at all time and nice and evenly across the back axle as well. So you'll be making use of both of the wheels to be accelerating rather than just sending power along the path of least resistance and wasting it into wheel spin or having the brakes pulse on and slow down the freely spinning wheel. So the Wavetrac does this a little bit differently to the other diffs on the market. So it's a helical differential, so it uses pinions and gears. So the engagement is nice and smooth, the noise and vibration harshness is very low, and there's no servicing requirements on the differential at all. Whereas with sort of like plate differentials like the M Performance diff, you have to maintain it periodically to maintain a decent level of performance. So the Wavetrac outperforms the other ATB differentials on the market. The reason being is it has this cam system in the center, which is called the Wave Hub, so that's why it's called the Wavetrac differential. What happens with conventional ATB differentials like the Quafe, M Factory, things like that, is they have a design flaw whereby as soon as there's a loss of axle load or zero axle load, it biases power to the wheel with the least amount of grip. So when this happens is when you experience wheel slip, when the suspension unloads, like when you go around a corner quite heavily and there's a transfer of weight, or when the wheel lifts. So all these situations are quite common in performance driving. So you could upgrade to one of those other ATB differentials and have the performance of a open differential in certain situations. So how the Wavetrac overcomes it is with this wave hub or cam system in the center, and when there's a difference in axle speed, it starts to climb, push out, and basically creates internal load to prevent it performing like an open differential. So what that feels like in the car is just consistent performance of a differential at all times rather than just in ideal conditions. And then moving on to the control arms, what the control arms allow the car to have another negative degree of camber, so that unlocks a little bit more grip across the front axle, so the car feels a little bit more positive. So we're going to get these parts fitted to the vehicle, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, then please give us a thumbs up. If you'd like to watch other videos of ours that YouTube thinks you'll like, then click up here. If you'd like to watch some other videos that we have in the same playlist, then click here. And obviously if you enjoyed the video, then we really appreciate if you gave us a subscription. And then obviously you'll be updated when other videos of ours go live, and you can do that quite easily by clicking here. Hope to see you soon.